people out. That shit tastes nasty after I smoked it after these. I had to go straight back to joints. I know I ain't gonna switch no more. I'm gonna be like Wiz and them.
Grip's in the building, man, yet
We
again.
here.
What's happening, my boy?
We here, L. What's up, my man?
Yeah, man, we're chilling.
We back.
Last time we were here, we got a lot of trouble, man, because we were talking about so many different things in 1 minute. There's so many different things. A lot of people were calling you cap. A lot of people were saying that you didn't get to do any of the things you were talking about.
Man, what?
Who'd you say you sold weed to? Gucci man?
Gucci? Yeah, Gucci for sure.
Yeah, and so a
Gucci.
lot of people were saying that was cap. I'll bring that mic closer when you get a chance to.
Just selling somebody weed, cap, man.
Yeah.
I ain't selling no bows or keep making deals over the years with him. It was just in the moment. He needed weed in the club. I had the weed in the club. Shit. He bought the little quarter. He smoked his. I smoked mine. The night was over. We went our way. Shit. It wasn't no long time agreement to keep buying weed or nothing. I ain't saying I'm be serving Gucci. So shit. It was just something that happened right then. I just glad I'm just me. Always got the weed. I love rolling up. Shit. He seen we had the weed. He asked. He told his manager to spend that 100 with us, and we grabbed. He grabbed the weed. It was on from then.
Yeah, man. So I do want to ask you a question, bro, about that because, I listened to what you were saying. I listened to a lot of stuff, and I just felt like it's just because I know you like this is in person. I can tell it's all the truth. I mean, nothing about it felt like cap to me. But you know how people on Instagram are; they get to just say whatever. So I wanted to ask you a question.
For sure.
You're one of the people that people on Instagram are watching and saying this guy is cap. Now you're saying you've been through all that. How does that feel to think that everybody feels like you're cap?
Oh, it don't really give me no feeling because it's like I think people that really be cap feel stuff. I don't feel nothing because I really went through it. So it's like it's real to me. So I don't think if nobody in the world believe me, I still would stand on my 10 feet, 10 toes and be like, it's real. It's how it's supposed to be. That's who I met that day. Shit, that ain't the only artist. I done met E40 on the night, messing with my homie Big Tone. He the manager. It's like, people that don't believe you, man, it ain't your job to make them believe you. It's your job to believe in yourself and know that you the truth and know that you ain't lying to yourself so you can keep telling the story over and over. Like, when Gucci hear it or whoever hear the stories I tell about them, they gonna be able to remember that day. Like, it ain't like it's the hardest day to remember. He gonna remember he was in Jackson, Michigan, or whoever I tell the story about. I know the dates, the times, really all that. So it ain't like I can just be like, oh, I don't remember the year I remember all that. So, like, it just be in the moment. Like, I just ain't no star like the rest of the guys who meet each other when they be out. I was just a regular guy in the club with the weed, shit. So that was the Gucci experience. When we met him, he was real. That was the real Gucci man to me then. He was still thugging, smoking swishers. He was in there with Shauna from DTP. She was in there. It was a real night at the club in the Rocket. I met Slim Thug in the Rocket in Jackson. We got pictures with him. Holding the shirts up for us. I was with my guy, Luxury Mar, the guy I ran with back then. We was promoting in Jackson, and we opened up for Slim Thug. I rapped that night for him, met Slim Thug. Who else we met at the Rocket? This is just that club. It was X, like I said. We met DMX there. Rest in peace, DMX. And then it's just moving around the whole state, man. In like 2012, from 8 to 12, I was just grinding hard. Like, we went to Flint. Shout out my homie Get Rich Rock. We went up there. He put us on the show with Hurricane Chris. Opened up for him one time. We done opened up for Scrappy. This is my second Scrappy show. We just opened up for Scrappy not too long ago. Shout out Floss Salad and Roy Boy. That was like a month ago. We just did a show with at Big Daddy Games or some shit it's called.
Yeah, I was there with you guys.
Yeah, I know. I missed you. You came right after we left. We was tired. We already dipped. I seen your pictures later on the gram, though.
Oh, okay, for sure, yeah.
We for sure rocked earlier that day, though. Shout out Floss and Roy. They made sure we got on that show. Then we just did another one with, we was on the Kids show. Same spot. This was like last week. Met the Doughboys numerous of times during the city, doing they run, though. Not now, they big and everybody probably want to meet them. I remember watching them boys grind to get to where they at. Opening up for the same shows I was at, they was like the biggest act on that show at the time. So it'd be them coming out before whoever coming out. So Kalamazoo, it was E40. My homie Big Tone was security guard. Shout out Big Tone, man. Every show I almost did up there in Jackson and Kalamazoo, Lansing, Big Tone was the security. So he making sure I get on the shows that he security guarding for. He like, Grip, you going on. He got me on them. Opened up for OJ the Juice Man in Kalamazoo. It's just a whole bunch of, man, just opening up for guys. I ain't been paid yet. I got one coming up October the 15th. We got a show with Peasy, Snapdog. It's already official, so I can say it. I think it's the 15th or the 16th, whatever day Sweetie's Day fall on. It's a for sure show we got coming up with Peasy headlining, Snapdog, Isis, the guy that's on there. My homie Quentin Hines put it together. He got me on there. This like my first paid show. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting paid to do this show, so I gotta promote it. I'm rapping on stage. I get a nice show time, and I want everybody to come out and support me. It's gonna be in Pontiac at the Windsor Stadium in Pontiac. It's gonna be big on Sweetie's Day. Y'all come out though. It's just, man, I've been grinding since the last time y'all seen us for sure. We got the album about to drop, kid. I'm telling you, I've been working like while supplies last, and that's just mean get it while before it's over with. That's anything in life. While supplies last, if it's hot, you better get a piece of that while it's out there, or you might not get a chance to get a piece of that again. So,
when was the last time you dropped a project before this one that's about to come out?
and we had to say, not I-96. I got I-96 dropped. My last major project, I'ma say, is I-96. Yep.
And when did that drop?
2017,
Wow.
16, 17. Like I've been dropping singles I don't know, I'm gonna come back to 2 years ago, Eye for an Eye, me and my Red Eye guys. So I gotta take that back. My last full project was hosted by Big Dog Blast. Shout out Big Dog. And it was me and my Red Eye guys. It's like a group of guys I rap with. They got their own clique, and I'm my own clique, Unity myself. And we just brought it together on like some Wu-Tang type shit. And we all make good music together. So we just Red Eye, we it, Touch Grip, we all together like a little clique.
Yeah. That's not too long ago, 2 years ago. But it sounds like, it seems like the focus of music is kind of a little bit on the side to some degree, and now it seems like you're really going full fledged with it. Like now you're like fully back.
iTunes, I'm fully back this time around. Got the whole plan down pat. Got my cameraman, Blue Money, he follow me everywhere. Really, we follow each other because shit, I need him out much as he need me to do what I'm doing. I need that cameraman to show you all this content we got. We just been working though. Running into everybody in the city. We got, go look at our YouTube Touch Grip. Just YouTube me, man. It's gonna come up all our latest vlogs. We on like week 13. And we just been out everywhere in the city, from Somerset to downtown to titty bars. We hit everywhere and get everybody on there. Just like some old feeling how they used to shoot DVDs and vlogs, and now we really out in the streets doing it again.
What's it like right now, man, navigating in the Detroit music scene for you? Has it been smooth sailing, or do you feel like there's things that are making it more difficult?
For me, I feel like it's up to you. If you're gonna put some money behind it, or you're gonna wait on somebody to put some money behind you. So it's dictate how you want it to go in the city. Like you can really put your own money up and jump up there with the big dogs and pay somebody to come out, or you can just sit back and hope somebody notice you and put you on. And so it's like it's open field and open season in Detroit still. Like I can't say we don't got like no puff daddies or nobody big here that can shut you down from doing what you want to do. So it's really like if you want to do it in Detroit, you can do it. I don't think nobody can stop you.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. Yeah, it's an interesting time, man. The spotlight's here, but there's 1,000 people trying to make it every day.
A million people trying to make it. I never seen this many people trying to rap, but I understand why though, because it's like it's a check involved that you can have for the rest of your life. So it's like a good gamble to go after. I think it's something that you should chase if you really love music. Because I can easily go do my legit business every day and never have to try to rap and still make as much as rappers or more, probably running my own company how I do it. But I love rap so much that I can't stop paying to do shows. I can't stop going into the booth. I can't stop videos. It's like I don't know what else to do when I get my money. I be like, I'm about to pay somebody to do this. I just jump right back into the music. So it's like this is what I know I really love doing this is my hobby. I don't play the video games. I don't play basketball or nothing that most guys do with their time. Shit. So I know rapping is what I really like to do with my time.
It's very interesting, man, because it's like if it's a hobby, it's something where you're out in the world doing it, and it's something that's a constant thing, but it's also something where you could hit straight gold. Something could happen. So you can't do that with a video game, really.
You really can, though. Hobbies on any aspect make money. Like somebody who collect automobile cars, it can sell for somebody else can buy it somewhere if you put it together the way and then just like video games, I seen they paying you to play video games now. I would not be getting paid off of it because I'm sorry at it. So I know I didn't study video games. I wouldn't be getting a check from it like the other guys. So I know I'm getting a YouTube check.
Oh, the microphone.
I'm going for that YouTube check for sure
Yeah.
because I'm good at it. I know promoting my music, just keep grinding, just like how they got to keep beating levels and learn the next stage of the game. It's just like that in the music. You got to keep grinding and learn the next stage at the level in the game. Same way.
No, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. A hobby can strike gold, just depending on. Well, it's like rare, man. But like for certain things, like what do you think the chances are of making it as an artist right now, in Detroit? Like, do you think that it's a high probability, a low probability? Like, where do you see it at?
I'm going to say it's like 50-50, I think. 50-50 is the, I can't say it's more than it's less. I see people blowing up, then I see people not never making it. So I can't say, like every day I see a new guy taking, I see more people taking off than I see people not taking off though. If you really put your mind behind it and you got a team, you blow up, like you get a quick name in Detroit. It's on you to keep the name or not, but you can accumulate a lot of people fast to know who you is if you really got a backing behind you, like a strong team. That's all it takes.
Let's rewind a little bit. Now.
I can pass this to Nick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Nick, like for sure. Take that off the camera. My God. What you were saying, L?
So what I was saying is, let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back and you obviously got to live both sides of the world as far as the social media era of entertainment and pre-social media. And
I feel like a kid in a candy store. I got both sides of this shit, man. I really enjoyed the grind. My bad cut you off, but I really enjoy selling CDs. Like I'm about to drop a CD right now in 2022. Who you know still like get happy about dropping his CD. I don't care about the online. I got it online. It's gonna be available October the 16th. You can download it on any platform. You can look me up now and find a lot of my music on iTunes and everything, but this one gonna be a big one. We got featured Big Hurt on there. I got one called Wobble Wobble, me and Red Eye put together. It's just a real put together CD for sure. This one was really every song mixed and mastered. Shout out my boy Gino XO. Shout out Kales over there at DJ BJ Studios for, mixing and mastering songs on there. It's just, man, I've been putting more money into this one, so this is the one that's the most. Whatever you put the money into is whatever the most you care about at that time. So
yeah,
I've been putting money into this. That's just like a female. If you put money into her, you care about her over the other female that you could be putting money into. So it's just like my album. This is the one I've been putting the most money into. This is what I care about right now. While supplies last.
Right. Yeah, man. When we're looking back at the pre-social media era, you said that you've touched 1 million passing CDs out and
$1 million.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and nowadays it's like that's through streaming more so. But back in the day when it was passing the CDs around, what was like the grind in order to get that $1 million passing CDs?
Every day you got to get up. I had a CD burner. I got 7-disc tower. I burnt out laptops, burnt out people laptops. I was borrowing their laptops, paying people to burn for me on their CD burners, like paying big companies. I never really had a real CD pressed up either. Like none of it has ever been. This one getting shipped out, pressed up by DistroKid the right way. Everyone been bootleg. I bootlegged my own music all these years, and for sure they all came back. I don't got no CDs. I ain't sitting on nothing. I don't got a closet full of CDs. That shit all got sold. Every year, every time I pressed up 100 of them, it might took me a week. Some days it took me 2-3 days. Some days it took an hour or two, wherever the position we was at time selling it, because I didn't have no job. It was straight CD selling from the morning to later that night. That's all I cared about from 2008 to 2010, 11. 10, I'm going to say, because after that it was straight hustling in Jackson with the CDs. Like, probably the only guy in the world who have ever sold my CDs and was putting like packs in it. Like I was serving custos in Jackson, putting my CDs, putting packs inside the CD cases. So when they come to buy a fucking $50 pack of heroin, it was really like my CD, giving it to them. It was crazy, man. I had a whole little crazy run I was doing, like mixing my music with the dope. It was crazy. I was just trying to really be it's like you really try to live up to the image you be holding or you be saying. Like one of my homies was like, bro, you don't got to live up to what you rapping about. I'm like, shit, I really thought you really posed to when you got to it. Ain't nobody going to look at it like that. So I was really selling dope then, really in Jackson, trapping. So I ain't doing it no more, so I can talk about it like it was just something I really had to go through to see like, damn, people don't really give a fuck about you, but they gonna be happy if you're doing something bad. It seemed crazy, but they support you when you're doing bad more, or they like right now I'm chilling. I don't get a lot of support from the streets really. Like I got my homies and people who I know look up to this shit and always gonna be like, Grip did his thing and do his thing with the music. But when I was selling dope and all that, I felt like more people in the street. What's up? Hey, how you doing? Now I'm just a regular guy, so I don't get a lot of shout outs and what's up and how you doing when I see people. It's just regular now.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like you get attention for that lifestyle, and I think one reason is the danger aspect of it, and fearlessness of it.
You living dangerously. They like, man, I can't believe that guy can live like that or do that. But to you, it ain't shit really. I never got scared or was acting like I was living some type of way. I was just regular living to me.
Yeah, that's as close as you can get to like being barbaric to some degree. Like when you're living a life on the edge, like somebody can kill you at any moment. You could be a person that have to be in that position. The police people are after
Come
you.
at any second. It's like fucking Grand Theft Auto all in real life for sure. Some crazy life shit.
So that's why people are attracted to it, because it's like that's a fearless ass lifestyle.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I lived that life, so I can say that's a fearless lifestyle. I didn't give a fuck about nothing, nobody. I wasn't scared of shit, and I didn't worry about shit. I didn't want to do shit to nobody, but I never worried about nobody coming to get me or nothing. I just didn't care. Police, niggas, nobody in the street scared me when I was hustling.
Yeah. And that's probably why you got through it.
I got through it and I got caught, yeah. But I got through it and I learned after that one time I got caught. I don't do shit over after I get caught for it and go to prison or something. I'm not going back to prison for that again. So I learned I'm hard-headed, but I learned my lesson when I get a good slap on the wrist. Like, I don't got to get it cut. I don't got to cut my wrist off to me to learn. You ain't got to kill me or nothing.
So through your days of hustling, you eventually got caught up by the law?
Hell yeah, they sent me to jail in 2012.
Yeah.
August 2012, I got caught standing at a gas station. Sold a lady I don't even remember the fucking custo that caught me when she caught me. I was my dumb ass just serving anybody. She called me, bought the pack, served her with the CD in it at the Family Dollar on Cooper Street. Bam. 10 minutes later, the police followed me in my car. Me and Milton flicked us, pulled us over, took me in, hassled me, She pointed me out in the fucking lineup or some shit. I could have beat it. I just took the little 18 months they gave me. I just set for 9 months. They tried to give me 3 years. I said, hell no, that's too much time. Set for 9 months. They gave me 9 more months. I did 18 months. So It was for a dope and a gun. I had the gun and the dope. So it's like, it went down how I supposed it went down. I was living reckless. I knew I was going to go to jail eventually from the way I was hustling in some other people's town. I'm not from Jackson.
Yeah.
So I went up there as a CD selling guy for sure. Then I turned out to be hustling in their town, so they like, most people fucked with me, and then most people probably hated me, but like I said, I was getting love when I was being the bad guy. The town was showing me love for being the bad guy.
Yeah. Grip, you want to keep that mic? You got to keep that mic close to you.
My bad.
Yeah. So we got to make sure we get some good audio
right
on here.
There.
So one thing that's kind of interesting about getting locked up and like I don't know how often they do lineups in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know how common lineups are, but kind of talk about that process of being in a lineup.
I mean, I don't even know what the fuck it was. I didn't even know what the fuck. I knew what it was, but I tried to play dumb like I didn't know what I was in the lineup for. Like shit, I don't know what this going in. That's when you know. I never wonder how it is the people from the other side of the lineup, the people on my side of the lineup who I did this shit. Damn, is they about to point me out or not? Like, I'm like, damn. I think she pointed me out. Fucking bullshit. So she had to come to court again and point me out eventually. And then she couldn't remember me the second time, but the first time she remembered me. So it was like, fuck. I'm like, they pointed me out. I'm in that bitch like they like step up number 3. I'm like, number 3. That ain't me. I was number 3 for sure. So shit, it's really that. She was a CI for sure. She was out to get people busted already. So I just came across her like she was working.
What's a CI?
You got to be a informant.
Oh, she was an informant.
Yeah, she was smoking dope still though. Like they still let the confidential informant smoke dope and get high. They just need you to bust them. When they want you to bust somebody, they put you on them damn near.
So you were at that level where they were even focusing on you?
For sure. When they called me, they knew it. Like, oh, I swear on everything. They say, you touch Grip, you the guy we've been looking for, putting the heroin in the CD pack. They had my whole rundown. So I guess somebody in town must have told them who I was, another guy. and put them on me. They never caught me until this lady ran into me, one of their informants, and then I guess after that I know how it go. When they bust them, they need them to tell on somebody else after they get caught for just a speeding ticket or a fucking rock or something, and they give up the whole person they've been copping from. So she found me because she wasn't copping from me a lot. So she found me just on the humbug because I meet people at the gas station and give them a CD and let them know, hit me up if you need something. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Probably I gave her a tour like that. My number I write my number on the CDs. I was really promoting my dope business through my music business like crazy. Like I'll give you a wrote on CD with my number on it and tell you to call me if you need some. They'll hit me up there. Some people listen to the music and say, I heard what you was talking about on the music. I'm trying to make sure you really got that shit. Like they really they believe what I was saying. They heard me talking about it. That's why I know like people really expect you to live up to what you rapping about. So I really had that shit too. So they was copping from me. It's crazy, man. I knew I probably served a whole town with a CD attached to my dope before. Everybody in town and bought a pack and bought a CD with it. Like CD free, but so them not the million of sales I'm talking about. Them was giveaways. Them not even a CD sales I count for. That's a whole nother game. I'm really talking about I stood on the corner selling CDs hand to hand. How you doing, ma'am? You want to check me out when you come out the gas station? I'm a local artist from Detroit, just up here in Jackson, promoting my music, taking donations from $1 to $100. They'll give me, I say that, and people will come out sometimes give me 20, 10, 2, 50 cents, $7. I done got 70 from a guy before. Like he gave me $70. That ain't I got a whole bunch of donations because I say donations, so it's no price attached to my music. It's priceless to me. So I'm not gonna say $1 like Amazon and iTunes put your shit on there for $1. They got us at a set rate. They playing us really. They got you set like a fucking person on the shelf. This is what we gonna sell you for. I love selling it hand to hand where I can take whatever you got in your pocket and give it to me that day. So my numbers add up way more than somebody who just can sell theirs for $1 on iTunes every day and you still getting taxed by the government and all that. So I was under the table selling my own music. So it's really unique to understand how much money I made off music. I know for sure it's been $1 million made, so I can talk about it and come back again and drop another CD and make some more money off of it. That's all I'm about to do.
Right, so at that time you can confidently say you made $1 million off your music.
Off music, for sure. Not just how I sold dope. I sold music. I done had a booth at both Gibraltars. They had one in fucking Downriver and Taylor. They closed Gibraltar Trade Center. We had a booth in there, like people selling they everything they got. We got booths. People had their little guitars set up, the kids shit, the jewelry. We outsold them on days. They looking at me like, this motherfucker come set up a little booth in here, and people is interested on coming walking up to us more than they walking up to the other booths because I'm from Detroit. Check me out. People come straight out. What you got? Shirts and CDs on our whole table. I got all this shit documented, man. Everything I did documented for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. Like that concept that you just brought up, the Amazon kind of setting your price, or you have to set a price for how much something's worth, right?
Yeah.
But you were going out there saying, how much do you want to give me?
Priceless, yeah.
Yeah.
It just took me. It just take more of my time up to hand do it that way because you can just put it online and walk away and just hope people buy it. But when you do it hand to hand out the trunk like E40, Master P,
it kind of sucks, man. You can't do that anymore these days, can you? Really? Because CDs are kind of like a passe a little bit.
You can say that. It's just I think people keep saying that just because I think they want to say that. Because when I look around and ride around. In this Michigan, this Motor City, mostly everybody still got a fucking CD player in their car. Everybody is not in no 2023, 20. You feel me? People got CD players in their car when you realize it and look at it. Everybody still got regular. Majority of Michigan ride around in normal cars. They don't got the sweetest scat packs, and everybody don't got the cars with Bluetooth yet. So I think CDs is still irrelevant. It's just people scared and got a image they want to hold. Like, man, I'm no CD seller or no. I don't feel like that. If somebody can give me $10 right now, cash money for a fucking CD, I'm taking it at all times. It's like, why would I not get the cash money and still wait on the iTunes? I never received shit from iTunes yet, so I'm going to keep getting the money I know how to get right now.
Yeah.
Till they say it ain't no more CDs, like, because they still sell wholesale, so I can still sell these bitches. And there's people in the world who will still respect you and buy it from you and be like, oh, man, you still got your... So it's just the people you pick to choose it from. I guarantee you can't go sell it to no 18 to 20-year-old, but you can sell it to a 40, 50-year-old for sure. A CD, they'll still buy it. They know how to buy CDs. They still probably got a CD player at the crib they put their music in. So it's all about knowing your customers, knowing who to sell something to, Because, you know, old people don't run in there and just get the Jordans and everything. They going to get Jumpman or just some, you feel me? They don't go off of what we going off of as a young, as the culture. They don't care about the culture when you get older. Some people still try to be fit and look young and hip, but the culture is for a certain age, I think, a certain age group. After you so old, you can't fit in with the culture no more.
Man, I agree with that 100%, man.
50, 60, you too old for the culture, I think. You got to start an older culture now for sure.
Yeah, 50, 60, even 40. I mean, shit.
40. 45, because I'm almost there. I ain't going to say 40. I'm still with the culture, so I'm going to say 45.
45.
You got to give it up for sure.
You got to give it. Okay, let's talk about that.
You got to sit down.
So you think at 45 a rapper is just, that's it?
Well, I hate drink that. Yeah, 45, if you ain't got a check from me yet, man, that's it. Because 2 Chainz did it at what, 38, 36, something in the 30s, where he the one everybody use as the example for how old you gonna damn near have to be to blow. 2 Chainz, he the oldest rapper I seen get a deal and still pushing now. So I'm not saying you ain't got to stop by then, but if you ain't got it popping by then, it's really gonna be hard to get people to fuck with you after that age.
No, you know what, man, and it's not even about the age for me. I do agree with that though, but like, I swear, man, I just see people who've been rapping for so long on my feed, and I'm like, dog, don't you realize that this is just something you're not good at?
Yeah, they not good at it. Some people don't got it. Like,
yeah, like, look, if you were good at it and you just haven't gotten noticed yet, that's one thing.
That's
but
how
like,
I think it's with me. That's why I ain't quit. Yeah, I swear, nobody has never came up and just said, bro, them songs you be making is weak as hell, bro. All that shit, I never really got hold by too many people, and then I think I still push it, but I have never been hold in life to be like, bro, your music, all that is trash. You need to. So I feel like, damn, I done sold a lot of music and a lot of people done fucked with it off of that. Why not keep doing this shit where I haven't been, people ain't throw my CD out, gave it back to me, asking for money back online, nothing. It's like it's like when you do good business shit, why not keep on doing it? If it was selling and it's making money, keep selling it and keep dropping music. So that's why I keep going. I don't got people in my comments hoeing me or on my page hoeing me, and it's easy online to hoe somebody. So I don't got people on my Instagram saying, man, this shit whack, or they say they like it and they fuck with it. So I just keep going.
yeah. No, I fuck with that. I think with your situation, you haven't figured out how to build the fan base on social media yet. It's not that you're not talented enough or skilled enough or you don't got the personality or the style for it. It's literally that you just haven't figured out social media yet. Like,
man, I don't get that shit. That shit crazy, man. I can't get a fucking 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, man.
It's hard.
I be paying people $20 when I see them, and they won't. They'll say they gonna go subscribe, kid. Other motherfuckers still don't go subscribe, man. They'll take your 20 and just dip. And I said that shit crazy, but it's all about keep going though. I get it, cause if I stop now, all the work me and my homie y'all been putting in is just like you did that for what? Cause only y'all two know how much work. Only you and your team know what y'all putting, how much work and what y'all did. So when you quit, you just let you and your team down. You didn't let the world down. They don't know. They wasn't dependent on you or care. So you got to keep going for the people that you really told y'all was gonna do that shit for.
Last time you were here, we didn't get a chance to really dive into some of the greatest encounters you've had. Now you met Bussy Nick. You know, obviously you met a lot of people in your time coming up in the industry. Just let's talk about some of the notable moments, some people you've met. I know we were talking about Chris Brown when you first came in. In your camps.
It had to be 08 or 09. I can't remember the year, but I know it was in them 2 years. And it was in Virginia Beach. That's his hometown. I was out there with my homie Wes. I'm just on the beach selling CDs late night. Chris Breezy walked through, him and his homies. It's him and about 7, 8 young guys for sure. No older, not one big security with him. It's him and all his young people. I guess his VA homies. And he coming up. I'm like, this Chris Breezy shit. Right around the time he beat Rihanna up, so he couldn't really get in clubs. Nobody really wasn't fucking with him, but I guess it's a couple homies. He walked up, gave him my weird CD, and slapped fives with him, kept it moving. It wasn't Chris, I don't get amazed when I see these people or nothing. I got my music on me or something, a card, something I can promote and let these motherfuckers know who I am. So next time if they see me again, they be like, damn, I remember dude or whatever. So it just was a good promotional move. I just seen like, damn, that's Chris Breezy. I didn't have cameras back then in 08, 09. I don't think we for sure had a YouTube, but it wasn't nothing that you can just hurry up and remember it, get the picture. I wasn't thinking about no picture with the nigga back then or nothing.
Yeah.
So. But Chris Breezy in Virginia Beach. Wale in DC when I was with my homie Pretty Tony. This when he dropped Fresh in my Nike boots. That nigga had a Techno Marine on. I had a fucking Techno Marine on. He wasn't on shit back then yet. He just was coming up. Wale. Met him. I met who else we meet out there in Virginia. The Clips manager Jeezy. This when he got indicted. We just met him. I ain't gonna talk about him really. His name was Jeezy Gonzalez though. It was the Clips real manager. He got indicted out there with them boys. And that was around the time when we met him. He was going crazy, pushing the Clips and them, getting them big shows. He had them a show. That's why I was saying I met him, because he had a show in DC or Baltimore, one of the two. I went with my homie Pretty Tony. Him and Jeezy. Pretty Tony is a cameraman. He was recording Jeezy a documentary, I guess, before he knew he was about to get indicted or locked up or whatever. He had a show. Clips was on it. Clips was the main act. The Game was on the show. And it was J. Cole. Never forget, it's got to be 2009. You can look up the show. It's going to say it's going to show him on somebody's screen on that show, 2009. J. Cole opening act for Clips and them. It was on the Clips tour, whatever. He was in the back of the state, like the Michigan State Theater. You know how all the state theaters got separate rooms for the guys? It's a big old separate room you can walk in the back. Behind stages and shit. It's like a getting ready to go out room type shit, a guest room for the artists. Yeah. J. Cole was in there, not with no people or nothing. I was just wandering through, opening doors and shit, walking through. Swear to God, I was backstage and I opened up a door. This on my life, kid. I opened up the door. It was J. Cole in there by himself. Everything I love. He was getting ready to go on. I'm like, check me out. This is my Weird, same CD. Weird CD I gave Chris Brown. It just said Weird on it in letters, hosted by Touch Grip and Doe Baller. Presents Weird. And I gave it to J. Cole, just me and him back there on Everything I Love. Talked to him about 2 minutes. He like, I'm Jay-Z, new artist about to come out, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He was about to be just J. Cole. The motherfucker met him with Waves just back in the day. He went up, watched him, and I was still selling CDs around the whole State Theater. I wasn't really caring who he was, but I heard him. He did a song about women. It was like a positive song back in the day. This got to be his first song he ever came out with. I'll never forget. He rocked there. Everybody was like, they brought him out. This Jay-Z, new artist, J. Cole, da, 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 da. Met J. Cole. Wow. I'm like, damn, this is J. To this day, I'm like, bro, I met J. Cole when that nigga was first show he ever probably did. Had to be his first big run, the first little run he put together. Jay-Z them wasn't behind him yet, really. They just signed him already to the Rock. Wow. And then, who else I done met out there? Virginia Beach was a good run for sure, because it's like everybody is being Virginia is like a tourist town, but what's that I'm looking for? Navy town. Like everybody is Army based, so it's a whole bunch of people coming from different states. They live there. They just moving there. The Army sent them there. I met a lot of people on the beach just being out at night, just interacting, being me. Wow, just man. Book bag full of CDs, selling them beans while I'm down there. I'm out there tripping, meeting everybody in Virginia, leaving my stamp, leaving my name. I got videos on YouTube. Come to the beach. One in Jackson, Come to the Jack. I shot videos everywhere. We got a song with. Yeah.
And it's kind of motivating for these young artists that are watching this too, because it's like, you got to get yourself out there. Look how many people you linked up with. Look how many people you met.
Oh, they all know me. And them just motherfuckers, my bad to cut you off. Them just people that I just met. We got a song with Edie Amin from the Outlaws. You can look that one up. Been Getting His Money. Me, my man's Keeb on there. Bleo, my homie I rap with. It's my best homie, Bleo and Wes. No, Wes not on this one. Bleo, my bad. Bleo and Floss, Uncle Paulie. All three of us, Vice Mob.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna push the artist back a little bit. There's another artist coming.
We all on this one. It's called Been Getting His Money, featuring Edie Amin from the Outlaws. That's been done. I got a video you can look up. It's called Money, Bitches, Drugs. Me and Keeb featuring Maybach Music, Young Breed. That bitch got about 700,000 views.
Did you ever run into somebody that wasn't like a part of hip hop?
Regular people?
No, I'm saying like, when you're, because you were out there working, bro.
Yeah, I met Paul Mooney. Rest in peace, Paul Mooney.
Wow, man.
I met Paul Mooney in New York coming through the Times Square. Wow. When you get on your buses and shit. But he tripped out on me. I'm like, what's up, Paul Mooney? You the guy from the Dave Chappelle show. I'll never forget. That motherfucker was like, I'm from Detroit. What's he say? I don't give a fuck where you from, motherfucker. And I'm like, what the fuck? This nigga tripping. He started tripping on me. I'm like, man, what the fuck wrong with you? Who the fuck is you? I'm like, nigga, you got me fucked up. I went back off on Paul. swear on my life, we got into a heated. Rest in peace, Paul Mooney. He looking down like that nigga ain't lying. That nigga,
No, I believe you.
The police broke us up. I'm like, man, what the fuck? I just asked this motherfucker to say what's up. He tripping on me. I couldn't believe I got into it with him for 2 seconds in Times Square, and he kept walking. I don't give a fuck about no fucking Detroit or where you from and all. I said, this nigga is crazy. I just tried to say what's up to the man. They like, yeah, Paul Mooney tripped out on me. A motherfucker said it was like, I think it was Comic J. Will. He was like, yeah, Paul Mooney like that for real. He was like, that nigga cry. I'm like, this nigga went off on me, bro. All I did was say, what up, though? I don't give a fuck where you from, nigga. And I'm saying, this nigga crazy. That's how he was for sure. Paul Mooney in New York. Who else I meet, man? I got so many stories, you wouldn't believe it, though. Like, one of them, me and my homie went to New York. That's how I met him in New York, because we went to New York to sell the shirts and CDs. We thinking we about to go there and get rich. This 2011, 10 or 11. We thought we about to go get rich off of a box of CDs and some shirts. Thinking we was really about to go make a name. You know how people go to New York like somebody gonna discover us, man. We about to go knock on the front door of Capitol or whoever out here. Man, we got there. We had $300 probably. We couldn't even get into Econo Lodge. That shit cost $300-400 for a hotel at the Econo Lodge in New York. We like, that's the cheapest hotel in Michigan. That shit can't be no. They like $300 for a night here. I'm like, that's out. We didn't even stay. We ain't getting no room yet. I swear on everything. We walked around, man. You would think this story made up. I don't even want to tell it. We walked around for like 2 hours downtown New York. Me and my homie Mar. Didn't know nobody. It's me talking how I talk, meeting everybody. Like, bro, check us out. Buy a CD. They let you sell your music downtown, but you got to have a permit around your neck in New York. The guys who stand out and sell you stuff, they got to have a permit to show they legit business as a music selling guy. He like, you can't just do it. I'm just selling it randomly. Like, I don't got no fucking permit to put on my neck. I just came down. He like, bro, they'll lock you up down here for doing that. So he like, you got to put your shit on your neck and show them. I'm like, this crazy. I'm like, bro, where'd it go? He took us, I swear to God, he took us to the Bronx. We stayed in the Bronx for 2 weeks with this guy. One day, then we dipped because he started messing with the powder. It was a long story. We got away from him. We just stood. We stayed next door with this Spanish lady. Everybody in New York got roaches. I don't care who stayed. Everybody in New York got roaches, man. That shit was terrible. The worst 2 weeks of my life staying in the Bronx, bro. I don't care. I ain't fucking with the Bronx. I ain't going back there. That shit dirty. It's just dirty, man. It's just rats and roaches on the streets. I'm like, this how they live out this motherfucker? And that's how people live. They don't give a fuck. I'm like jumping over rats in the street. Roaches fall from the sky in the room you in. You like, what the fuck? So her house, we had to stay there. We had nowhere else to go. We left the house next door to one dude who we met, Pretty Tony cousin. This nigga start fucking with the soft and shit. We gotta get away from this nigga. We went next door. The Spanish lady let us stay there. I ain't gonna lie. We stayed there for 2 weeks. I'm running in and out her house, selling CDs, walking up the 7 flights of stairs in New York, tired as hell. Man, that shit crazy. They don't got elevators or none of that shit in them big-ass apartment buildings. They just got them people living like zombies and robots out there. So New York ain't for me for sure. I like staying in Detroit where you got your own house, we all take advantage of what we got. You don't want to go nowhere else in the world and stay, really. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
It's good here. It's houses and shit. Virginia, they all in fucking duplexes.
What was the part of the story that I wouldn't believe, though?
Meeting motherfucking Pretty Tony cousin in New York, and this nigga taking us back to his apartment building for 2. We didn't have nowhere to go. I told him I knew somebody from Virginia Beach on everything I love. This is my grandma looking down on me, I swear. I told him I knew somebody from Virginia Beach. He said, who? It's Pretty Tony, baby. That's Pretty Tony little slang. It's Pretty Tony, wow. He talked like he a pimp type shit. It's his cousin on everything I love. We met a guy cousin. I met Pretty Tony cousin in New York. Out of all the people there selling his CD, he like, bro, on everything I love, I'm gonna take y'all back to the Bronx with me. Even though when I got to the Bronx, we didn't stay with that guy. We got the fuck out his apartment because he was on some bullshit. It seemed like, but I met Pretty Tony cousin in New York. What's the coincidence of you meeting somebody you know from another town? Cousin in another town, and he's selling music and doing what you do, and took us back to his apartments, blessed us though. Man. And we had to get out of his apartment. We started staying with the Spanish girl Angie next door. That was her name. I never forget. She had like one little cross-eyed eye. She was good people's. She cried when we left on everything I love. She cried when we left because she wanted to come back to Michigan. We showed her how we live. Like, we got houses. We don't stay in apartments and 700-800, no rats, no roaches. We live good in Michigan. She cried when we left. I swear to God. She like, I want to go back to Michigan with y'all. Man.
That's nuts, man. Yeah, that's nuts.
On everything I love, kiddo. You can look it up though.
Nah, man.
No, you can look up me in New York. I want them to look up Touch Grip in New York. Cause we walk, man. I got so much. We walked from Harlem. We walked from the Bronx to Harlem. We didn't have
Get
a
that
car.
on Mike.
We walked from the Bronx to Harlem across that big ass bridge. You can look it up. It's documented on YouTube. It's gonna be called Say It Ain't So DVD. That's who shot it. Some guys in New York. I ended up in Harlem. They hopped out, was like, we from Detroit selling our music. They couldn't believe it. He got me on his DVD saying, Say It Ain't So. These guys from Detroit selling this music for a donation. It's all documented on YouTube. It's like, I don't gonna make this shit up. It's good footage for the world to look at. I didn't even know what content was when I was already making content. That's how good this shit is. I've been doing this shit, running around, meeting people, just being there, knowing who to kick it with, what to have on me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, your energy is profound for sure, bro. You bring something different to the table, and these talks are always legendary, bro.
Yeah, I love it, man. I'm glad you bring me on. I'm glad it's the second one. I was like, I think I'm gonna get like 5. I'm gonna get 10 in before they really know who I am.
Yeah, it takes a few, but these talks are always fun, man. Is there anything you want to shout out before we sign off?
Yep, I want to shout out, man, the whole city for sure, man. Everybody doing their thing. I'm shouting out the city because the city got the whole city rocking. It's like it's a chain reaction. The top dogs got the guys in the middle rocking. The guys in the middle got the guys who ain't made it yet rocking. I see all the video guys putting their shit down. You got the number one podcast I done seen in my own eyes right now in Michigan to get everybody the look we need to keep us going. You and Nick rocking hard. Mm-hmm. It's just shit. I'm just glad to see the city. It wasn't like this in 10 years ago when I left the city to go other towns to sell music. So it's make it look like, damn, I'm glad to be back in the city and it's time to get my shine off at this motherfucker for sure. So while supplies last on the way, shout out my whole camp, Vice Mob, shout out Red Eye, them my guys. We've been rocking, going crazy on every song. We got Look Like It, going crazy in the streets. Nobody Move, that's my #1 single right now. Just shout out Blue Money, my homie C, that's my cuz, C Jizzy, Fluciano, the Mob, Wave 1.5. Just shout out, man, everybody that know me and know what I'm in this shit for. I really just do it for everybody else because I don't get nothing happy out of this shit, but just seeing other people get a part of it with me. And I know I'm going to get a billion out this shit because I'm going to be like Kanye with this shit. I'm going to get $1 billion. So I ain't tripping about money. Money come and go. You just got to have a good name on your shoulders. People got to know you got a good name. Everybody touch money, but everybody don't got a good name. So
facts,
I think that mean way more than money. So
no, man, definitely, man. It's always a pleasure. Like I said, man, everybody go check out Touch Grip. He's got a new project dropping out soon.
While supplies last.
We'll get you back in here soon again. We could talk a little bit more, man. Thank you so much. Parallel Sound Studio hosts these productions for us. We're at that's where we're at. High Low Visual shoots these productions. We're out. Peace.
We it, man. We out. Y'all have a good day, man. We do this shit.